10 years ago, Minnesota made a big bet on Rochester, but it wasn't a risky bet. Governor Dayton, Senator Smith, Mayor Norton, and Senator Senjum, and so many others recognized that everybody had to put something into this. It is paying off, and it is about to really pay off. But more than anything, it was actually a promise kept. Destination Medical Center is, in my mind, the perfect fusing of political leadership, business leadership, civic leadership, and neighborhood leadership, all coming together, seeing the differences, but mostly seeing there's common ground. Destination Medical Center was in large part about creating jobs, and that's absolutely true. Rochester has, because of DMC, dramatically outpaced its usual growth, but also outpaced the growth of any other peer city in this part of the country. But job numbers alone don't tell the full story. 15 city blocks that were vacant or underused are now filled and producing revenue for the city and vitality. 3 extraordinary public spaces, an upgraded Soldiers Field, an upgraded Peace Plaza, and a new Discovery Walk. Almost 400,000 square feet of research space. We've doubled the number of people living downtown. Investments in partnerships in 10 historic buildings and their entrepreneurs. A 300% increase in the number of students graduating from the University of Minnesota Rochester, and now coming from many, many states. More than anything, the original goal of Destination Medical Center was to ensure that Mayo grounded their global campus in Rochester and grew it, and they delivered on that. Now, they're going much further than we ever would have anticipated to create a whole new future for service delivery that no one had envisioned.
DMC has been instrumental in supporting Mayo Clinic's growth in Rochester, working together to partner on infrastructure, city spaces, public spaces has been critical to complement and support the work that Mayo is doing with our Bold Forward Unbound in Rochester initiative.
What really has happened, especially with Discovery Square, is more and more businesses can relocate and grow in Rochester.
Rion is a biotechnology company, and because of the fact that Destination Medical Center had come to be, and this building had been built up as a hybrid academic industry collaborative space, it was a natural fit to put the company here. We really have the advantage of working with world-class investigators and even physicians that have unique expertise in a very specific domain. So I think it is an ideal time actually for influx of new biotech to come into this ecosystem to really continue to help foster growth of really the Rochester area.
My wife and I greatly appreciate DMC's Historic District Infrastructure Investment Initiative and program that they've put together to help inject capital into these properties downtown. We see this growth of new properties, the university's growing downtown. There's this energy, there's this momentum, there's this growth. I'm so excited for what the future of this city has in store.
I don't think people realize how many times throughout every day art impacts their life. It's one of those things that can be taken for granted. We've put some real focus into bringing families downtown, whether that's through events or ongoing programming, finding ways to make families feel like downtown is a place for them as well. It's not just a medical campus. We have great public spaces that are designed for people to spend time in and explore.
The pipeline of jobs within healthcare is at every spectrum of the economy, from the very basic entry to the highest specialists. And so what's been especially important is the partnership with the University of Minnesota.
Looking over the past 10 years and all that DMC has done from its launch until this point, I think the university has grown side by side with the growth that DMC has brought. Discovery Square itself, our presence there, along with amazing researchers who are doing cutting edge work is just a critical part of how DMC and the university grew together. We've grown from our first graduating class of just about 52 souls to, about 1,200 students who will be here next fall. In that same period, the expansion of physical facilities for DMC, for UMR, I think showcases how we are working together.
As you look at what has occurred here in Rochester, it has really beat all expectations for what DMC was planned for. And to keep that momentum going, the partnership has to remain as we continue to evolve Rochester and make it the best place in the world to live.
10 years from now, I want to stand in the Mayo Clinic and see something that no one right now can even envision about service delivery. But more important, I want to leave the clinic and I want to walk through the downtown and the neighborhoods of Rochester and recognize that all of this growth could happen without disturbing the fundamental character of Rochester as a place where you can have an incredible career, but even more important, live an incredible life.